Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle and this is Murder Mystery Monday. For today's mystery recommendation, I have for you A Shot in the Dark by Lynne Truss. This is the first in the Constable Twitten historical mystery series, and this is a series that I really enjoy, and this first book in the series was just fantastic. This came out in 2018. There are currently 3 books in the series, and there's a 4th book slated to come out in November that I'm really excited about. So, Constable Twitten is a brand new police officer in Brighton in the 50s. Lynne Truss, if that name seems familiar to you, is the author of the famous grammar book Eats, Shoots, and Leaves. She also is the author of there's a radio program in the UK where the characters from this book, not Constable Twitten, I don't think, but his Inspector and Sergeant Jim Brunswick and Inspector, what was his name? Inspector Stein. Those 2 characters in this same setting are part of a radio program in the UK, and then she added Constable Twitten and started writing these books. So for those of us here in Canada and the US, we aren't familiar with these characters already, but people in the UK would be. And I love the wittiness of this series. I think it is very well written, very witty, very funny, but also on the other hand, it can be a little bit violent. Not a huge amount, but a little bit violent, and there is also some language, which I don't tend to like a lot of language in books, but it fits in this book because you get this wonderful juxtaposition of Brighton as a seaside holiday destination for families and people. You get that idea, so have that in your mind of like ice cream and sea bathing and all of that. You get that juxtaposed with the violent underworld, the violent criminal underworld of Brighton, a la Graham Greene, let's say, so like Brighton Rock. So you get, on the one hand, you have this violent criminal underworld of stuff that's always happening, juxtaposed with this wonderful, sunny, family atmosphere of Brighton as a seaside holiday destination. So because of that, I'm okay with the amount of violence and language that's in the book. It's not over the top, it's not too much, but it is there, so just some warning. I'll read to you from the back. It's 1957, and the famed theatre critic A.S. Crystal has come to the British seaside resort of Brighton with something other than the production of a shilling in the meter on his mind. Sitting in the Theatre Royal with Constable Twitten, Crystal intends to tell the detective the secret he knows about the still unsolved Aldersgate stick-up case of 1950. And yet, just before Crystal names the criminal mastermind involved, he's shot dead in his seat. With a new murder case on his hands and a lazy captain at the helm of the police department, the keen and clever Constable Twitten and his colleague Sergeant Jim Brunswick set out to solve the 7-year-old mystery of the Aldersgate stick-up. As the partners venture deep into the criminal underworld that lies beneath Brighton's holiday-happy veneer, they begin to discover a criminal conspiracy that dates back decades. But will Brunswick and Twitten be able to foil the mastermind, or will Crystal's death become just another unsolved crime in this seemingly peaceful seaside city? So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I really love this series as well. Let me read to you from chapter 1 so that you can get an idea of the writing style. So it opens here with the Middle Street Massacre of 1951, and then it goes to chapter 1, 6 years later, Twitten's first day, and that's where I'm going to start reading. As his Brighton train drew out of Victoria Station 5 minutes behind schedule on the last day of his life, the theatre critic, A.S. Crystal, made a note in tiny handwriting, "Complained to train company." He had often travelled on this notorious line, and it had often disappointed, but until today he had let it pass. Today, however, he was in no mood to be charitable. The delay was unacceptable, and a complaint would duly be made. Crystal was under no particular time constraints, as it happens. He would be spending the whole day in Brighton before attending a new play at the Theatre Royal in the evening. The lost 5 minutes were arguably immaterial. But he was a tightly wound man at the best of times, and today he was especially tense, mentally girding himself for a shilling in the meter, whose reputation preceded it. So, this is A Shot in the Dark by Lynne Truss. Have you read this book? Have you read anything by Lynne Truss? I would love to chat with you in the comment section down below. And I will see you for another video soon. Bye.